Paul, how you doing? You're looking puzzled. What's wrong? You think you got bit? By what? A computer bug? What, like a moth? Welcome to another episode of the Mighty Code Coder. I'm Rob Fitzgerald, here to make you great and help you innovate. In this episode, we're going to continue with our daily schedule and complete a coding exercise. We have to get down some basics so we better know what's going on under the hood in AWS. And it will help us add customization to our projects. Last year, we used our code abilities to program many AWS projects. Many of the projects had AWS abstraction built in. However, if we want to make the project our own, we would need to write a function or two on our own. That's what Coding Mondays and Tuesdays allow us to do. So let's get started. All right, so I have my intro to computer science class here listing on. Later I'll have my computer science principles class and my computer science A class. So you want to fast forward the film to whatever section, whatever class you're in. Okay, I'm going to put all three classes information in the video now. But you would fast forward if you were CSP or CSA, because right now I'm going to do CS 101 or Intro to Computers. Okay. All right. So you guys in CS 101, we will basically start by opening our browsers and going to our bookmarks, and we will start in adhesive. There we go. Paul, really? Moth? Come on, man. All right, so Intro to CS, we will start 1.4 today. Last week we wanted to get through 1.3. Now, whether you got through 1.3 or not does not matter. You want to keep going through you want to go step by step through all your modules. This week we'll start talking about 1.4, but no anxiety if you haven't finished 1.3. You can get that done when you're ready. Remember, we are asynchronous, so you will complete the work when you are ready to complete the work. Okay. All right. So what I want to do now is log in. Okay, and click on your Google Pass. Hopefully you're using your Google authentication. Okay, I have a Mac Pro I'm using. I get to use just my fingerprint. And then I'm using two-way authentication so that I don't get hacked. Okay, so I use Gmail to do that. So there we go. So it's logging me in. And then go to courses, and you guys are Intro to CS Term 1. Okay. All right, as I get to the dashboard, I'm going to start by going over here to modules. Okay, here's my modules. And in the modules, last week we talked about 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4 is what we're going to do this week. Again, if you didn't do these, they want you, in order to move forward, they want you to click this. So I kind of feel like I would probably have to take this off, because it's basically saying you guys have to complete everything. Let me see if I could edit that. Okay. This problem with teaching with your phone is it actually goes off. There we go. Turn that silent on. Yeah. Well, after I get people that have caught up get going, I'm going to try to maybe make this setting to where it doesn't have to be completed. See, it says prerequisites to Unit 1, all items. Oh, I think you're good. I'll set it. So like I don't want it to where if you haven't finished code practice question 3, you can't go to 1.4, and it might be doing that. So I want to make sure that's off so you can follow with us, okay? All right, so you're gonna start 1.4 hardware basics. Here is the hardware basics, and these are introductions, and if you were working ahead, you'd have to read these, and they have 5 videos for you, okay? These 5 videos are gonna take you about 20 minutes to process, and so I am going to give you 20 minutes of the first part of class to watch these videos. Now, as you are getting used to, at the end, when you hit this next button, what do you think's the first thing that's gonna happen when you hit next? Yeah, usually after a lot of information like that, they're gonna quiz you. Now these quizzes, understand, you could take them as many times as you want, okay? So you get full points. Don't worry about your grade on them. Keep taking them until you start getting, they want the information in your head, okay? So you'll take the quiz after. I'm gonna give you 20 minutes. Right now there is 23 minutes left in class. So I'm gonna come back with you with only 3 minutes left in class. So if you're working ahead, you want to go on to the 1.4 coding practices, okay, and start doing those. They're going to do some print screen, and they're going to want you to print screen this little mouse, okay? But you're going to need to read all the information to see how to print that little mouse, okay? So that's what you're going to do. I'll let you go now. I'm going to pause the tape, and I'll be back with you with 3 minutes left in class. Okay, guys, so CS 101, or Intro to Computer Science, this is our week 2 schedule. You want to go ahead and finish 1.4, which you started today. We'll talk about 1.5 tomorrow, and then maybe even 1.5 and 1.6 tomorrow, and then the Unit 1 quiz, okay? So that's your pacing guide. So try to keep up with it. And I got a lot of good questions today. So we will now move on to the next class. Okay, now for CSP, Computer Science Principles, this week we are going to look at lessons 1.4 to 1.8. So I will go there now. And let me go back from this. And I will actually go out of CS 101 into my principles class. And I will go to my modules. And you can see here we finished 1.1 through 1.3 last week. And if I go to your pacing guides, you guys might want to take a screenshot of this. I know a lot of people were asking for it over the weekend. So there it is. So just take a screenshot if you want. Should I make that bigger for you guys? Okay, I'm going to try to stay close to this. I don't know if it will be right on it, but this is their suggestion. So we will keep it kind of like that. So we did that last week. So week 4 is, where are we at? Oh, this is a daily. Sorry, this is the daily. Don't. You can take a screen picture of that if you want, but it's a daily. It's not the weekly. I'm like, that doesn't look normal. Okay, let me go to the weekly. All right. So if I go to the weekly pacing guide for Computer Science Principles, there is the second week right there, and you can take a screenshot of that if you want. So 1.4, and then you go to Unit 1 quiz, then 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, and 1.8. So that's if you're working ahead this week and you want to, like I said, I only have 2 days of coding, and it's because a lot of times you could get right through all that stuff in just 2 days. Then we could spend 3 days on AWS projects. So, all right, so there's that. And then let's go to what I want to talk about now. Okay, so you're going to go to 1.4. All right, and it talks about an idea execution, and you're going to have this video. You're going to have this video. All right, and then you have all this extra stuff to explore and look at. When you get a picture like this with these pluses, they want you to click on the pluses and learn about these parts of the computer. Okay, so what we're going to do is do that. And what I'm going to do is give you the first 20 minutes of class to watch the videos and do the lesson quiz. Okay, so after you watch the videos, you're going to hit next. And the next one will always be, actually, you will do the 1.4 exercise. All right. And then once you do the 1.4 exercise, which will, it's kind of fun. You open up your functions. You open up Activity Monitor in the Mac. Okay. And it shows you how your computer is actually processing all the programs you're running. And it has the Windows version here. And I think Windows version, you open up Task Manager. Okay. So that's something you're going to do after you watch the videos, and then, and only then, there will be a quiz. All right. Now that quiz will be like an AP style multiple choice practice. They want you to start practicing multiple choice type questions you would have on the exam. And then the very last thing that I have to get you guys ready for is this Unit 1 quiz. Okay. See this Unit 1 quiz? This is everything you've learned up to now. And like the other quizzes, the section quiz, you can do as many times, make sure you get the full points. This one you can only do once. Okay? And the password to do it is going to be Mint. Okay, I probably wasn't supposed to show you that live. Okay, so Mint's going to be one to get you in. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that for 20. And so I feel like you're going to be done with only about 10 minutes left in class. All right. If you get done with all that, I'm going to have you start with this big picture collaboration. One of my favorite videos of all time. I can't believe Adhesive or AWS put this together, but this video, IDEO, and it's about a company that doesn't make things, they make things better. Sounds like an old commercial we used to hear. But anyway, this is IDEO, okay? And it's a company that will like try to make a shopping cart better. And they basically have to collaborate. So if you finish everything in that unit quiz and you want to move ahead, watch this video and they talk about maybe pair programming. All right, so I'll pause it here and I'll be back with you in 20 minutes, which will be about 10 minutes left in class. All right, now for CSA, we have to get into your adhesive and your section. And all my classes are pretty close to being the same. But for CSA, you're going to start this week on 1.5. We're going to get through 1.6. And then you're going to finish the week with a Unit 1 test. Yeah, they don't even say quiz anymore. Now it's test. Now it's getting real. Okay, so I will log out of or go out of my CSP and into my CSA. And now you guys will start with 1.5. Remember, we went through 1.4. And if you haven't finished 1.4, you can still move forward because I'm going to make some changes to this thing. I found a place where I can make changes. I think if I go into edit, it allows me to say, it says it's set to students must move through requirements in sequential order. I don't want that. I want when you're ready to go, or maybe you're going to do that, catch up with our material, I want you to stay up. So I don't want you to keep getting behind. We're moving forward and you have to keep going back. So wherever we are at, that's where you should listen to and then go back and pick up the stuff later. So if I can uncheck that, now you can move along with us. Okay? All right. All right. So now I'm going to go to 1.5. I guess it would be called Unit 1 or Unit 1 Lesson 5 for your class. Okay, or 1.5. Okay, and we will start in this area. Now you're going to need about 15 minutes to get yourself going. You're going to have to read the class material, watch the video, run the code, and take the quiz. Okay, that's what you're going to do, and I'll show you here what that means. Okay, so here is the fast start, and it starts with modular division. Here's 2 videos. One video is 3 minutes, and then the other video is 6, about 10 minutes of videos. Then they have down here some code they want you to run, okay? And you're gonna run this and watch what it kicks out. Now, this is a good example for your code later on. So you should probably copy this, all right, and get ready to paste it in some of your exercises later on, all right? And then they're gonna talk to you about modular division. And if you want to know a shortcut to modular division, it's the remainder. So remember when you were in elementary school and you had 3 divided by 2 with a remainder of 1? That's what they want to know, what the remainder is. In computer science, it's important to find out what the remainder is. You never knew in elementary school why you were getting the remainder. Like, who cares? No one ever did anything with the remainder. You know, usually you took the R equals and you circled it, you know? Well, in computer science, it's very important. One of the main uses for modular is to see if a number is odd or even. If it has a remainder of 1, it's an odd number. 3 divided by 2, 3 was odd. Okay, if it's an even number, 2 divided by 2, 0 remainder, it's an even number. So you could play some really neat stuff if you could figure out if things are odd or even. Another use for modular would be for coinage, like when you put some money into a vending machine and it kicks out what's left because you're finding out what the remainder is. Okay, so you're putting in $2, but the thing was only $1.75. What's the remainder? 25, so it kicks back a quarter. All right, so modular division is kind of big. It's talking about it really early. I've never seen modulars talked about this early, but very cool. So walk yourself through that with those videos. The next page will be the quiz. Okay, remember the quiz, you could try as many times as you want. And then after that, CSA, you're going to go ahead and do I believe 2 lessons. Okay. All right. And this is where I think I said copy and paste it. I can do that.
Apple's gone nuts. Apple's gone nuts.
Okay. And then, yeah. So then I have, I gotta do these exercises. There's one exercise. Here's the next exercise. And then here is the Unit 1 test. Actually, they do a little refresher, I think, first. And let's look at this. This is, I think, a refresher. It's a quiz. So they'll do a quiz. And then after the quiz is the unit test. All right, so it's taking its time, but it's going to get to the Unit 1, Lesson 6. Okay, so if you get to Lesson 6, you're moving way ahead. We're going to do that tomorrow, and then the unit test for the rest of the week, okay? So I got all you guys taken care of, Computer Science 101 through Computer Science A, and you guys have your orders in front of you. I will come back with about, I don't know, right towards the end of class to sign off. Actually, let me do the sign off right now because I'm here and I could go ahead and start processing the video. Okay, so that does it for this episode. Hope that you enjoyed it. Remember, always trying to make you great and help you innovate. So until next time, Paul, what? Oh, yeah. If you have any questions, leave comments below or go to the website at www.themightycodecoder.com or find me on Twitter at themightycodecoder. Thank you for watching.